Hey yo, Nerdcore Dave, back again. I'm here with Todd. We're doing a Comic Tom unboxing. Taad,
what's going on?
We're going to do a Comic Tom unboxing, and then we're going to look at Todd's comic haul from the mini-con that we went to. You guys probably watched my video, and I know I didn't upload it yet, Todd, but I'm going to upload that tonight and then probably do this one tomorrow.
Oh, double feature, man.
Keep these guys entertained, right? So, anyways, we're going to do... Oh, look, Janine's texting me while we're trying to do this. She's going to be mad she can get... We'll have to get her in on one of these. Maybe get her comic haul in this.
All right, we got... Where's Snuffy at? He's
Where's Snuff?
shy.
Snuff!
That ain't no good.
We got to get you on there. All right, so anyways... Let's get started with this ComicTom101 Geekstreet.
All right, man.
Unboxing. Now, Todd already took the tape off this for everybody. Oh, by the way, we got some Christmas decorations here. We got Cyforce #6. Beautiful Santa getting his... you can see what's happening with that. And then we got Hulk 378 with Hulk beating the living piss out of Santa Claus. Merry Christmas.
All right.
So, more effed up covers from Christmas. So, anyways... Let's see what we got here.
All right,
Todd.
look at the cool paper. I saw that there was Thanos in here somewhere.
Oh, this is the Marvel previews.
Yeah, that they used to pack the box with.
They got the animated Miles on there.
Oh,
animated Miles.
This actually looked like it might have been a cool magazine.
I actually had one of these and I threw it away.
Rats.
This is the Spider-Verse ads.
Okay, there's
Thanos.
Okay. All right.
Thanos Legacy.
Here we are with our infamous black bag.
Do you need to recycle this? Do you want me to hang on to it?
I'll just throw it over there. We'll take care of that.
Kitties!
Memento.
There you go. Toy for the kitties.
Okay.
All right. So we got what do we got? We got another one of these black bags.
What is this diligent weapon you've given me?
That is the Gerber dime. If you
right,
watched my previous videos, Todd, you would know that this has a great opener.
I know what it was. I know Dave likes to give it a plug. That's why I played dumb. So, look at that.
All right, so just, yeah.
That's like a fish gutter there.
It's like a carpenter's knife, kind of.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a mini one.
This is just what you want to use around your comic book.
Like handy and dandy, yeah.
All right.
So you can use them as a coaster when you're done.
All right, so we got the graphic novel on top. Looks like Thanos. Thanos.
Infinity. Of course it's Thanos.
Okay.
Uh-oh, the cat's attacking the wrapping.
That's all right.
G'day.
Oh, we got two in here, bro.
Oh, no way.
That's that freebie cover.
Oh, from Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
Infinity.
They wound up being
first
some
appearance.
sort of key.
Yeah, it was the first appearance of somebody. I don't remember who.
Okay. So this is the graphic novel. Now it looks like we got two this time.
Ooh.
So what do we got here?
The Invincible Iron Man Stark Disassembled. I'm not sure what's it say on which issues is that on the back. That might be the ones that are the key issues that we just were looking for.
It does. Oh, wait a minute. Collecting Invincible Iron Man 20 through 24.
Oh, okay, that's a little different. That's after the ones we were thinking about with Rescue. But yeah, that's when Stark was in a coma or something. I think. I don't know.
You're not looking too good.
That's cool.
There. Yeah, too good. All right. So here's the comics.
For a guy who says it's titled Invincible, he doesn't look very invincible.
Yeah.
So show him the black bag.
Okay.
We got the black bag.
Standard black bag. Nothing fancy there.
Keep them upside down, man. We got
these upside down.
Let the suspense build.
So let's see what we got on the first one here.
Gwen Ghost Spider. Dude, that's a new issue. That just look, it's signed.
All right.
Who's that signed? Oh, remember he put him in. It's the female.
Shannon McGuire.
Shannon. Remember we saw in the video. He said he has getting some signed copies of. That's awesome, dude.
Incredible.
Score.
You know what? Now I have another one signed by her. That X-Men Black, I believe.
How'd you get that? Same way. Comic Tom.
There you go. I knew you would be excited for this.
The Thanos artwork. That's sweet artwork.
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. You have to go on Comic Tom's page for all the relevant information as who it is and that. But this is this month's guest artist.
Let me check it out.
That's pretty intense, man. Does it list the name of that stuff?
I don't see a name.
I think you have to watch the vids for that.
Yeah,
so.
That is whoever this artist was. That's amazing.
Yeah, that kind of pops off the page there a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Okay.
All right. So then what we got next? Some young blood.
Young blood #1.
Is that numero uno?
Numero uno.
I don't know what volume it is, but I think Youngblood was Liefeld, wasn't it? Yeah, it's Liefeld.
I don't know.
But that's definitely not Liefeld artwork.
We got $10 up on the cover.
There's feet on there. That's how you can tell it's not Liefeld.
So he doesn't do feet that, you know.
But yeah, I'm not familiar with this book other than the classic Liefeld ones. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know why it's $10. I'd like to see. Can't fight. James Bond. You know what? I was thinking about purchasing those and I didn't.
Ian Fleming.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Which number is that? We don't know. It just says James Bond.
Is it a one shot?
Yeah. There's Varga. I think it might be Warren Ellis. It says Ellis on there. Warren Ellis, dude, legit writer. Pretty much, he's one of them guys that you can pretty much just anything he puts out, you can read.
No, I'm sorry. We got issue number 1. You got your glasses on.
Oh, cool.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
Yeah,
You're not paying attention, right?
Whatever.
Okay.
So anyways, we got issue number 1 of James Bond.
All right, and we got a Aquaman 23. This might be something to look up on Collector Key.
New 52. It's the New 52 series. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
Okay.
I don't know. But that is the Comic Tom, and then that's it.
That's it for
and then
this one.
throw in a board.
Boards, you can never go wrong with the boards.
That was like a Golden Age one.
So this is probably the home run out of the batch.
I would agree, dude. That's sweet.
That's pretty cool. I'm kind of psyched out for that.
That's the Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 2, the Spider-Geddon crossover story, and especially with their popularity right now, man. They just optioned. I think it was Comic Tom mentioned that they just optioned the Spider-Verse part 2, the females. So it's like Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen, and Silk. So yeah, anything Spider-Gwen's hot, dude.
It's signed. I'm psyched. That's pretty cool. So
name a character you didn't see at the con yesterday. Any of their books. Spider-Gwen.
Yeah,
because they're hot, dude. You can't hang on to them. In fact, I remember saying something to one of the retailers, and they're like, he goes, I don't got any Spider-Gwens. So
this is this is part 1, because what happened this month, Dave? What did Miss Dina do?
Yes, Todd's girlfriend. Well, you tell him.
She signed up for the mystery mail call.
Alleged girlfriend. Alleged. We haven't seen her.
Yeah, 8 years. Trust me, she's got a title. But
he's a comic nerd. Don't forget, he's an alleged girlfriend until we see her. She lives in India, man. She's a model.
We're pen pals. But the box didn't come. Tomorrow it will be delivered according to the.
That's what she said.
Tracking. But we'll probably do another one of these later in the week or when we get to it. But we're gonna do 2 this month. So
sweet.
We'll see what happens then. So
2.
All right. That's pretty much for the box.
That's it for the Comic Tom unboxing. But Todd's got some his comic haul from the mini-con that we went to.
We're gonna do the stuff that I.
Let's move it. Can I move this over?
Absolutely. Let's put this over.
Or do you want to put it in that box?
Yep. We'll put it right back in there.
Okay. If we do that, that signature sweet.
That is nice.
Always good to have a siggy sig. A siggy sig.
All right. This is your on top. Are we going with this?
Oh yeah, I wanted to show that.
Yeah.
Too.
This is
pretty
cool.
One of the things I forgot to show you guys in my video for my comic haul from the mini-con was I picked up a piece of original artwork, and I can't even believe I got it for $5. You can see, but it's by Ernie Steiner, and this is not. I thought it was a photocopy or something. It's hand drawn. If you look at it closely, you can see that there's like ballpoint pen and everything else, but it is a hand drawn head sketch of Etrigan the Demon. And that thing is friggin' awesome. Check it out, guys. So I'm really geeked about that, and we'll be getting that framed up soon here. So that was all I just wanted to show you guys on my since I forgot. But go ahead, Todd. Let's see what you got, man. Because I know you got
Ernie's claim to fame as a Marvel artist. He did a lot of the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., the more recent one.
I was looking through his portfolio. He had Nick Fury in there. He had like the late '80s one, and then he had some Ren and Stimpy's and some other cartoony kind of stuff, and then oh man, I can't even remember. But he's legit, dude.
Yeah, I have a page of one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe we'll bust it out sometime and just show you where the cat's at on that
original artwork.
Are you ready to rock out these issues?
Yeah.
Are we doing prices and how we
You determine it for yourself, man.
Well, I mean, people, you know, we got them. And,
well, yeah, I know you got that thrown in on a deal or something, right?
Well, this was the standalone one.
Okay.
That was the one. Number 6, if you don't know what it is, you will. $10 issue. Now, how can you beat that?
First appearance of Apocalypse Man's X Factor number 6, right?
First
full appearance.
First full appearance. Number 5 is the cameo, but, you know, so.
But you know what? It's actually not the first appearance of Apocalypse, though.
Uh-oh.
If you
hold on to your hats, kids.
And actually, it's the book I'm going to talk about is actually 2 first appearances, but it got retconned. So there was in the 80s, there was a Spider-Man graphic novel, and I know Comic Tom talked about this in one of his videos. There's the Marvel graphic novel series that they had. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, so they did a Spider-Man one, and it was called Revenge of the Living Monolith. And that living monolith, from what I understand, is Apocalypse. It's like his origin originally, which I think got retconned. But also in there is the original Venom. And I think he just talked about a couple weeks ago where there's a female in a car, and Spider-Man's battling this monolith, and she's on her way to the hospital to have a baby. She's pregnant. She loses the baby. And that's the setup for the Venom storyline, because if you look at that, like, Web of Spider-Man 18, it looks like a female hand.
It's a female hand, yeah.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be her, but then I guess, like, the editor
didn't shoot her, I think.
Shooter?
I think Tom said something about Shooter said, we don't want to work it as a woman.
Right, he didn't want a female.
Not right out of the gate anyway, you know, so...
So then they retconned it to Eddie Brock, which is still cool. It's a cool story. I'll be honest, that Revenge of the Living Monolith, I've wanted to buy that since the day it came out. I remember it came out, and I keep seeing it here and there, and I don't know why. I never buy it. And one of these days I'm going to get it.
What Web of Spider-Man was that? Was that 18?
18.
Is that 18? If you want to see Venom not being sort of Venom, just merely Venom's hand.
You see this much of him.
Yeah. But, and everybody says, well, how would you know that's Venom? And Dave, why is it Venom?
Why is it Venom? They actually went back and explained that was Venom. If you read the book, Spider-Man's at a subway or train station. And somebody pushes him into the train, and his spider sense never warned him. So what the story is obviously the symbiote suit doesn't set off his spider sense. But when they're claiming that the female hand, and I think it's purple
shirt sleeve
or whatever, is the Venom suit, because you know it can do camouflage and everything else.
Well, that's why he kind of liked it, because it went boom right into street clothes.
Right.
And Peter didn't do any more of the, you know. So.
Exactly. Yeah, he didn't have to refill his web cartridges, and he could just change his outfit. So anyways, back to this.
Yeah. So, but to answer the question is, you know, how do you know that's Venom? No spider sense.
Take our word for it.
So that so at any rate, that was
the Apocalypse. All right, what else you got?
All right, let's see. These are let's go with this one, because this was kind of wacky, and this is what I do. I like this kind of stuff. Okay.
The drug issue, it says.
Donald Duck. Donald, apparently, I haven't looked through it yet, but he gets all hopped up on ether and does some crazy stuff.
No shit.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
So, hey, I've seen him do that in the Donald Duck suit. It is fun. It is fun. So, you getting better with the headache, so? No. So, but, I was kind of bummed out, because if you look very closely, it's a Christmas issue. He's sitting he's sitting on a wreath. And I don't know if that's why he does the ether, but
maybe he's doing a little Christmas snow, some magic dust.
Yeah,
take good Santa off the ground, isn't that what they say?
There's an ad for the Cheech and Chong album on the back page. But when I saw that, I was like, oh man, Dave's gonna be like, oh, drugs and Christmas. All right, next, let's keep this moving right along. I got 3 of these.
What is that?
Supernatural thriller.
Wait, you got 3 of them this week or yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not 3 of the same copy. 3 of the Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
With the Living Mummy. You know, big fan of all the horror and the classic horror and stuff like that. So they might be in the box, they might not. But at any rate, I picked that up. That was.
Did you get a deal on it for 3 of them, or all 3 or whatever?
Yeah, that was like one of the first things we did. So I don't remember. I mean,
that was where I got that deal for the Arkham Knight. The same booth.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but
that guy was good to us.
Yeah, he takes care of us. Which, actually, we should point out that establish a rapport with the people at the con, because you will see them again and again and again, and after a while, you know, better deals get done, stuff like that. We've applied them with gifts, because a lot of them will drink some beer, but we'll get into that later. All right, I pulled this one out. This was, somebody threw this in on the deal. X-Force 1. It's the one to have. It has the Deadpool card in it. Yeah, you could usually pick those up for like a buck or anything, but
usually it has like Cable or somebody else. The Deadpool one is definitely the one you want. Like that's really the true second appearance of Deadpool.
I am convinced, because this has happened more to you than me, that there is someone who lays key issues out on top of boxes and just leaves them there for you to find. I didn't even dig for that.
It was crazy.
It was just laying on top, and I picked it up, and I flipped it over, and I go, "There's that Deadpool card." I'm like, you have to be kidding me. Never. and it's happened to Dave. Dave's got stacks, and he's picked them up, went through it. Every single was a key. I'm convinced that I don't know.
Somebody's hiding them in plain sight. Maybe it's the retailer. It's the same retailer. It's the same guy who owns the shops. And maybe he's just hiding them in plain sight to see if anybody actually goes through what's right in front of them.
If anybody pays attention, if you pay attention, because like I said, it's happened more than once that without even trying, you get these killer issues.
The last time we went to one of his sales, we went into that shop, and I was like, "This is where I had found that pile of key issues," and there was another pile of key issues right where I found that other pile of key issues.
So I don't know. It just seems it's very strange, you know. Like, but anyway, that's where that one came from. This was kind of up for grabs. I wasn't sure who was going to get this, and I didn't even know who got it.
Janine had that in her hand for what, 15 minutes?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. But all I knew is somebody was going to buy it, and we bought so much stuff. And then when I got home, I was like, "Oh, I did." So,
dude, that's actually better copy than the ones we have. Me and you each have a copy, but I think that's the nicest copy.
They're out. So we'll see what happens when they come back in. So,
but that's the one. If you guys saw my video on it, it's the one that has the Hulk 181 ad. And did you look to see if it had the Marvel value stamp still in it?
I didn't do anything to it. Like, I came home and then I kind of did a bunch of stuff. So yeah, but we checked for the MVS in that and see if it's in there.
For the price you got it, dude. I mean, even if it doesn't, it's still cool to have.
It was in a package deal. So what's it say on there? $25.
Yeah, but you got it for way cheaper.
It was not $25.
But usually, and I don't think with Jacob it probably is the same. But usually, like especially if you're on eBay and you're buying this, make sure it says Marvel value stamp included, because if it doesn't say that, then you need to ask if it's in there, because there's a chance it could have been cut out and they're just trying to slip one past you.
Is this one of the ones, if it's missing, does it affect the story or not? Because that does make a difference.
I don't know. I honestly don't remember.
You can cut the Hulk 181 out and it doesn't affect the story.
I don't remember.
Not that you want that.
Well, let's go ahead and move on, and I'll flip through this while you're doing this.
Okay, good enough. Dave, this is probably actually... okay, hey, real quick.
Is it okay if I look through this?
Yeah, absolutely. Living Mummy. There's the other two. They just a little bit out of order. So, cool covers.
Those are cool covers.
They're great, great horror, cool storylines. I actually read the whole series in a omnibus that I have. So, okay, this one, Dave, this is a little bit up your alley. Actually, you pulled this out of the box and said, "Hey, man."
That goes Castle.
Yeah, but it's... Sandman relevance. What are we saying there? Lucian? Is it the librarian out of the Sandman? It's the first appearance of him.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I till I kind of started looking up, and then I was wondering what
this is Daredevil. Such a beautiful copy, dude. Wow, man. Barely any spinal tick.
I mean, he did write high grade, which I mean
this is really high grade.
That doesn't mean anything, but yeah, that back's white and it's clean. So, very cool. This is a fun one for Dave. Dave loves this issue. This is fun. Avengers 200. We got all kind of strange things going on in there. Miss Marvel gets impregnated by her own son.
She gets... You know what? She gets brainwashed, impregnated, which is basically like a rape, and then she ends up finding out she's in love. And with him after he grows, and then it was him from the future, and that's why he wanted her to have the baby so he could be born. And then we find out that she wants to run away with him. Then he admits in front of the Avengers that he's brainwashing her he has her hypnotized to love him. And they're like, the Avengers are like, "All right, see you later. Glad you got a happy couple. See you when I see you."
You know what? I don't.
It's the most fucked up issue I've ever.
That story just does not roll off the tongue. The more you went, I was like,
Guys, I'll tell you what, man. You guys want to hear about this issue? Go look up the Comic Tropes on YouTube and watch his episode on the worst Avengers story ever. like he said, man, there's 8 writers on that story, and not one of them will take credit for it. Not one. I think George Perez was one of them. George.
I don't know. It's just a bizarre issue.
Hey, let me show them again on this real quick.
Go ahead, man.
This got the Killraven value stamp. I think I have one with a Ghost Rider, but if you guys can see that, there's the Hulk 181 ad, and there's the value stamp. This is what they used to cut out. I don't know if they change or not, man. I can't remember.
Like different characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can see it's the letters column on the back.
Okay, so yeah, that would not affect the story,
right.
Which does make a difference.
But look how nice his pages are, man. They're pretty white, man.
Man, I'm telling you what.
That is a nice call. I'm jealous.
Yeah, Jacob did good on that. I'm going to be upset if I sent out a worse copy to get graded.
You did.
I bet I
guarantee
did.
you did.
Yeah, I bet you I did.
But there's no way you would have known we were going to get another copy.
No, you know, I didn't even know I had it until I got home.
Well, remember how when I first started looking for this, it was hard to find a copy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
what else you got, man?
I bought this one, the Avengers. It says 15. I think it's more like a $10 issue, but it's a first appearance of the Taskmaster.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So that one that has Taskmaster on the front is the second appearance?
I'm not sure.
There's definitely one that has Taskmaster. He's like on the cover on the.
Yeah. I don't like I said, the sticker that he had on it, that's why I kind of picked it up, and that's a look up, the first appearance. So that guy kind of intrigued me a little bit.
He's cool.
He's like him and the Collector. I'm kind of like, wow, these guys are all right.
The Taskmaster's kind of like I want to say he's almost like Deathstroke in a way, but his power is that if he fights you, he knows your fighting style or something like that. Like he learns your fighting style, and then good luck beating him.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to brush up on him a little bit. So, this one kind of got in the mix. And actually, Dave, this is a homework assignment for you.
That's a good one.
Look at this. All right, so I found that one. Dave will tell you that the ECs are near and dear to my heart.
Dude, that was $2.
Yeah.
Wow.
10-cent Plague was probably one of the greatest books I ever read. I think it should be mandatory reading in high schools, honestly, because it's all about censorship, and it's from the comic book angle in the 50s and on, and but at any rate, so the ECs are near and dear to my heart. So when I saw this one, I was definitely picking it up. Here's the quiz for Dave. Dave, what is the main relevance? What would you point out immediately that says to you why that would be a certain kind of cover?
Oh, it's a female in bondage. It's a bondage cover.
Bullseye. So, if you don't know anything about the bondage issues, look that up. That's something that CGC will recognize.
Is this the reprint or is this the original, dude?
No, that's the reprint.
Okay.
First of all, it wouldn't have been $1. I mean, on
well, I don't. You don't know what they're going to put in these half-price books.
Well, yeah, no. If that would be thousands of dollar issues. So,
dude, I know. I was talking to one of the guys who worked there. He said that before he worked there, he pulled a Tomb of Dracula #1 in like really good condition out of there for $5.
Hey, you know what? Stranger things have happened because we did find some really good stuff at prices that didn't seem right. So, but actually, the reason that I picked this up, because you know me by now, I have these. This is your copy.
Oh, really?
That's your copy. Because I got to tell you what, I got to give Dave due diligence, man. We bust each other's balls pretty hard, but a lot of the comic books that I pick up, Dave points out because I'm doing 10 different other things, and Dave will find something and then toss it to me. So thank you. I saw that one, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, Dave will like this. I'm picking it up.
That's awesome, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've been pushing to get into the ECs, and then when I saw the bondage thing, I was like, bullseye.
I'll tell you what. One you didn't get that I showed you yesterday was the 3-dimensional EC that I was like, dude, I want to see what that is, dude.
You know what? I kind of checked, and it was priced high.
Really?
Unless Taad would have done some deal, and I didn't.
I know. He and I talked about this a little earlier again for the second time, but this retailer, like, he's an awesome guy, but sometimes stuff's priced really high, and then some stuff he's almost giving away, and I don't know. I don't understand why.
Yeah, yeah. There's no
rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
right?
so the rationale is like really, I don't.
Like, he won't budge on certain things, and then other stuff he's like, I mean, what would we see? There was 8 copies of X-Force #2 Second Deadpool for $5 a piece. We saw the Death of Elektra. How many $10 copies?
Seven copies $10 a piece in a big pile.
And they were good condition.
He gave you the pile and said, you picked the best one. And we were like, well, why are you doing this? He says, I'm tired of grading these things. He goes, it's the con special. There was a ton of stuff that was, specials. I mean, it was hard to, you know, not buy the whole pile.
Dude, it's hard to, when you see stuff like that, it's hard to not buy the whole pile. And then you're always like, man, I wish I would have brought more money or whatever.
I would have bought two, you know.
But like I did yesterday is I budgeted myself and I only went $10 over and I'm really happy about that.
Here's the thing, though. Guess what happens the next time we go to a con? The wallboard is different, but the sale is the same, and then you're like, ah. So there will be other issues that you can do. So I picked up a bunch of these. Actually, I had some of these at home. This is nothing big relevance.
First X Factor.
First X Factor, and I think it's the return of Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I think yesterday I picked up 3 copies because they were like in between $1 and $2.
This is when I first started reading comics. Superhero comics regularly. X Factor #1 was one of the first series I got.
Yeah.
And but before that, it was Fantastic Four was the one before this. So Fantastic Four in the harbor, they start having a weird signal, getting weird readings. Then the Avengers go check it out in this issue, and it ends up being Jean Grey in a cocoon. That goes. She's been there since the X-Men story from, what is that, 101 or whatever, X-Men 101. So, and then this is where the X Factor it's the original X-Men team get back together.
Actually, you know what, Dave? I know this was $1 because it has that red mark on it, and that's how Jacob knows where you pulled it from.
Oh, okay.
So that was a $1 issue. How could you pass that up? You know, this is one of the ones that I was talking about that Dave pulled out and said, "Hey, man," and I rarely ask him why. When he hands me something, I already know that something's up, so I just buy it. That was thrown in on a deal. That is a recalled issue because of religious overtones that the artist not so subtly put into it. I'm not going to get into what religion it was and who it was aimed at and all that stuff. Look it up for yourself, and if you can find a copy, pick it up if you're into that sort of niche kind of thing. You know, but
I know that's definitely been something that we've been doing is hunting down these recalls and stuff like that. But yeah, when I saw it, I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm done spending money, and I was like, Todd's gonna want this.
You had already done pretty good with that gentleman. Anyway, you pulled some good stuff, which is going to be your video. But so yeah, I got to credit Dave with this one. You know,
that's a good one to have.
Yeah, pick it up. Hey, we're gonna pop these out of here so we can get a little bit more room in here. All right. This was a dirt cheapie. That was another deal.
That was the same guy, wasn't it?
This was the CGC guy.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. You are.
I pulled that out when I found this one.
Yeah, because it has the same sticker. So I'm going to add these up as we go.
Spider-Man 2099 first appearance.
Yeah. So there was this one. At any rate, we got a whole pile of stuff, and you got Elf on the Shelf, which was a $6, $40. And as I go through here, I'll point out which other ones.
So what do you got? Yeah, 50 or 20 right now, right?
Well, this was 6, 16, and then your 6 would have been, 22, and then as we pull them out, if I brought them, this was kind of cheap. I just picked it up because actually the hologram, which kind of deteriorates over time, from what I understand, and that one's still pretty sharp. So it's just a nice copy. You know, and it's hard to tell where these books are going to go now. You know? Some of these things languish in the dollar bins for 30 years, and then boom, somebody mentions something in a movie, and the next thing you know, away it goes.
That Batman Arkham Knight's a great example.
Exactly. All right, we had a guy who bought a whole comic book store. Just went down, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4... Amazing Spider-Mans. What was that? 360.
363. Iconic cover.
Yeah.
Iconic cover.
So all those. I have 3 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 375. There was 3 copies of that.
They high grade or what? Are they dinged up?
Yeah, they're.
Dude, those are hard to find in good condition.
We got the same spinal tick in the same spots. Maybe you could press that out. So we got those 3. We pulled one of these.
Okay. So Maximum Carnage.
Yep. I think I got all those for $15.
That's pretty fair, man.
I mean, yeah, not something to work with. So not too bad there. Believe it or not, this was one of the $10 issue. $10 for that.
$10 for the Death of Electro. That was a nice copy too.
Yeah, that was out of a pile, probably about a 6 or 7. Like I said, he hands you the whole pile, and you're on your own to pick out.
Is that the one Janine got one too?
The nicest copy. I don't want to say yes because I'm not sure.
I know she got a Daredevil. I think it was that one.
Yeah. Okay. Pulled this one.
Oh, the reveal of Hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm. So I don't remember what I paid for that. But it wasn't that expensive. I'm not sure if you told me to pick that one up or not.
I don't think so. I didn't see that one yesterday.
Okay, you know what? I might have been running through Key Collector and it just popped up and, so. All right, this is a pretty cool one. I pulled this one by myself because I knew. This was the Art Germ. That was the one that was in the $40 bundle. So what did we add up before?
Oh, yeah.
So there's
But that's Catwoman #1. That's the first issue.
Yeah. This is the one that
yeah.
Dave pointed out. This is one of those crazy issues. Drug issue.
That's a good one.
Now, who put the clamps down on Stan Lee, and Stan put it out anyway? If you notice on there's no comics approval code. They told him not to do it because of the content. And he did it anyway. So... hell with you.
Dude, as soon as I saw that, I was like, Todd. I was like, dude, they have that drug issue that doesn't have the comics code. I want it.
Yeah, it wound up being, I don't know, like probably $15. I mean, by the time we got done with throwing in all the other stuff in, so
that was one of the ones that I was like, I was already tapped out. I'm like, I was like, dude, that's what I do is if I see multiples or whatever of something I want, but I'll throw you one or whatever. Yeah. But when I see stuff that I really want, when I'm done spending, I'm like, Todd's gonna want this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, for being such a small con, man, it was not garbage. There was a lot of good stuff in a small amount of area.
Dude, that was one of the best cons I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of conventions, man, since the 2000s.
It was unpaid one. You didn't have to pay anything to go into. We paid to go into ones and.
The pricing, the selection, dude. I saw books there that I never saw. I saw like the first Dark Side, that Jimmy Olsen issue. There were so many great books that I just never see, man. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing, man. I'm probably going to email the guy who orchestrated this and thank him, because I hope he has it again, man. Because I had a great time and it was a great value, and it was just a real success. I feel like it was very successful.
Yeah, I like it, and. Like I said, you didn't have to pay to get in, so you're 18, 20, $22 ahead of the game right out of the gate.
Yeah, man.
So
that's what I think every time we go to a con. I'm like, I just spent $25. I could have spent on comics or something and got a key issue instead. But I had to pay $25 just to walk in the fucking door, man.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, that was really, worth the little bit of a drive. That wasn't,
It seemed like there was a decent amount of people. I honestly, man, where it was at, I didn't think there would be that many people, and it seemed like there was a decent amount of people there, man. Yeah. And I heard there was because one of the things I went there looking for was a Hulk 180, and they said that actually Taad sold one right as soon as they started.
Yeah. And
I was like, shit. But that's all right. I got my stuff.
I do remember him saying that. So, all right, we got multiples of. I found a gentleman with some really good CGCs. I think what he did. This was also the guy who bought the entire store. I'm thinking what he did. He figured he was going to cash in. He just sent in multiple copies with the intent that I think they were going to all come back 9.8s, and that's not what happened.
But you know what? He had some stuff in there that was CGC that I would never have sent out. I would have picked about a million other books before I sent out.
Some of them were like just average Joe Blow issues that, they're not worth...
Lethal Protector #2, and what the hell? There were some oddball Amazing Spider-Mans that I know there's like 500 million issues, and there's no relevance whatsoever to them. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't if they come back as a 9.8, it's still so what?
Yeah, it's a $25 book.
Yeah,
and it's $25 because the CGC case is $25.
How many did you get? One,
so you got 1, 2, 3,
4,
5.
All right, what happened was we got 5 copies of Lethal Protector #5. I put them in grade order, so we got a 8.5. How about we just leave this up here and I'll just tell you the grades.
Okay.
So we got a 9.0, of the same issue. We got a 9.2. Well, we went right up the scale. We got a 9.4.
Oh, you skipped.
We skipped the 9.6. And we got a 9.8 out of the deal, which is what you're obviously aiming for.
That's what the collectors want. Usually is 9.8, depending on you know.
Yeah. So, but what happens here is after we started talking to the gentleman, obviously he's pretty heavy on some of these. I didn't even buy all the copies he had. He realized what he had done, and all he wanted to do was make his money back on the grading. So pretty much what I paid for these was $25 an issue.
That's awesome.
I mean, how could you go wrong with that? You know, especially what if this does something? You know.
Well, it already just did, because that's Riot. Riot's first appearance, and he's the villain in the Venom movie. But it has 3 other symbiotes in there too. So if they use the other symbiotes,
so there's potential for you know. So
it's a mega key, man. It's a mega key because there's 4 first appearances in it.
Yeah. So, like I said, I didn't even buy it because you got to rein yourself in sooner or later. You know, so so at $25 a pop, you know, we can always, somebody will need them.
Dude, you could sell them for $30 on eBay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Make $5, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
How many flea markets we do a year?
Nah.
You know what I mean? So
you take them and trade it in at the next con. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, I got a feeling Jacob might do that. You pointed this one out to me. Not quite sure. What's the header plate?
I don't know if I don't think I pointed that one out.
No, you know, I did this one on my own. I picked this one out on my own. It just says gatefold sleeve and hologram cover. But like I said, then again, the hologram cover, obviously it's a 9.8, so obviously it's super sharp.
Cool.
So we picked that one up. So that was a fun one. All right. Then this is at Dave's instruction, which was way beyond my circle of knowledge when it comes to this character. I don't know that much about Spawn, never read Spawn, don't know anything, but after Dave explained it to me, we picked up a issue of Spawn number 9, and her name is Cinderella Barbarella
Angela.
Same thing.
Yeah. So she's a Marvel Comics character now.
She is.
Yeah.
Now she is. So
they sold it, and it's Marvel. So theoretically, she could be used in a Marvel movie, and as we know, well,
she's running the Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
Well, now she's as Guardians of the Galaxy, but yes, she was in the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was her first appearance in a Marvel comic, and she's making her rounds as Thor's sister.
Half sister, I think.
Half sister.
Yeah, because I did look up a little bit on her, so I think they sent her out as half sister.
So if they use her in an MCU movie, you know this is gonna skyrocket, man. Okay. And if you can guys ever come across a 9, look to see if it's a newsstand variant. Definitely pick it up, man, because they're really hard to find the newsstand variants, and they're worth more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even if it's a low grade copy, just buy it.
Yep. So that's what I got yesterday. There might have been a few.
That's it.
A few incidental issues.
Were you
that
even trying?
Man, I get distracted. There was, Jacob and Todd, but we were having we had a good time.
Yeah. I know you were all over the place, man. You're like, bam, out here.
Hey, it was a small, deadly space. That's all I'm saying. You could cover a lot of ground pretty quick.
Dude,
so
you know, well, one of the things I saw there, they had a pretty nice copy of the ASM 129 was sitting up there, man. That Punisher. That was a nice one. They had the first Hellboy was there.
Were you there when he gave the price?
Yeah, 700.
Yeah. So I mean, that was
Then I was at Jacob. I was this close to buying an Iron Man number 1.
He got you down to 160.
No, he said went down to 140.
Did he,
dude? And then
see, I wasn't there for that.
The other retailer wanted 260 for a not nearly as nice copy.
Yeah, that's like I said. That Jacob's one of the dudes we have a rapport with. That we've just done so many cons and talked to him. You know, he takes care of us. So but.
So that's it for.
You know what, Les? Like I said, I might have taken a couple issues out at the house or whatever, but I think I brought the main, the goodies. There was no big other issues that, so.
I don't know about you. I'm definitely going to get a hold of Todd and thank him. He actually has a copy of a book at one of his stores too that I want to get, but I'm going to thank him for this and yeah, and it was a great experience, man, and And I should thank you and Janine because you're good nerd friends. You know, we have good nerd stuff.
You know, like I said, it goes back to, again, you know, 3 heads are better than one, and 3 sets of eyes are better than one. And like, I run across stuff, and I'm like, this isn't my cup of tea, but this is Dave's, this is Janine's, and you know, so I mean, it doesn't matter what Swamp Thing it is. I'm giving it to Dave. If he wants to put it back in the box, it's up to him. If he wants it, I pulled it for him. You know, and
you
like
can
I
cover
said,
a lot of territory like that.
yeah,
man.
and like I said, there were copies of stuff that I either wouldn't have found or really wouldn't have probably bought until Dave really pointed it out that, okay, I know you're looking at this, but also you might want to look at this. So, but yeah, so it's always good when we all go together and we all, you know, so, and then we're dopey. We have fun doing whatever. Don't matter if we're at a con or Burger King or wherever. So, but woohoo!
All right, we calling it a day.
I think that's all we got to do with this one.
All right, thanks again, dude.
I don't know what you got up your sleeve, so we might be right back.
Yeah, we got a nerdcore out this.
All right.
All right.
Later, folks.
Nerdcore out. Enjoy the burrito.